Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments and for subscribing. In this video, I will be updating you on Guddan November teasers 2022. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what you feel about this video in the comment section. Let's go. Tuesday, 1st November 2022, episode 76. When AJ goes on outing with Angad, Guddan tags along with them. Rocky arrives at the beach and goes into the water to scare Guddan on Saraswati's instigation. AJ reaches there and helps Guddan out of the water. Episode 77. Guddan successfully pushes AJ into a tub of colored water. Pav tries to strangle Kaushaya when she informs him that he won't be able to manipulate Rivati. Durga sees an opportunity to use Angad as a wedge between Guddan and AJ's marriage. Wednesday, 2nd November 2022, episode 78. Rivati takes revenge for Kaushaya by applying chili powder instead of colors on Pav. Lakshmi and Daddy team up to mend Guddan and AJ's marriage, while Saraswati and Durga conspire to ruin it. Episode 79. Angad tries to visit Guddan's room to tie her the Malga Sutra, but AJ stops him just in time. Angad watches Guddan being sprued up for the special occasion. He comes disguised as Guddan and does something shocking with AJ. Thursday, 3rd November 2022, episode 80. The police reveal shocking news to Guddan, which almost gives Daddy a heart attack. At the funeral prayer meet of AJ, Guddan shocks everyone when she agrees to marry Angad. Elsewhere, a video proves that AJ is still alive and his life is in imminent danger. Episode 81. Guddan stops Angad from tying her the Malga Sutra as the auspicious moment for the marriage is over. The electric shocks given to AJ render him unconscious. Guddan vows to get AJ out of the hospital. Friday, 4th November 2022, episode 82. Guddan visits the mental hospital to check for AJ's presence. Lakshmi and Guddan manage to swap back to their own identities during a power outrage. Episode 83. Guddan sees AJ at the hospital and is shocked to see him being given an electric shock by Angad. Guddan rescues AJ from the hospital. Later, Angad's goons adopt him again at a temple. Angad threatens Guddan to marry him if she wants AJ safe. Saturday, 5th November 2022, episode 84. Angad, while forcibly marrying Guddan on the wedding mandap, is shocked to see AJ come back home. Later, Guddan promises Lakshmi about punishing Angad. Episode 85. AJ asks for Guddan's help. Angad gets angry on Rocky for instigating him against AJ. Sunday, 6th November 2022, episode 86. AJ and Guddan plant a fake letter in Angad's room. In an inebriated state, Guddan mistakes Angad to be AJ and reveals their plan. Later, a drunk Angad decides to kill AJ, but Rocky hits him, rendering him unconscious. Episode 87. Angad confesses to AJ that Saraswati was the mastermind of the plan against him. Later, Guddan forgives Angad for his past misdeeds when he apologizes to her. Monday, 7th November 2022, episode 88. Daddy gets a call informing that Shanti her sister-in-law is arriving at their home soon. Shanti gets angry on Guddan's daughters-in-law for not living up to their traditional standards. Later, she gets impressed with Guddan for being a strict mother-in-law. Episode 89, Shanti challenges Guddan to prove that she is a better mother-in-law than her. Durga and Shanti team up against Guddan and Lakshmi. Later, Durga ruins Guddan's chances of winning. Tuesday, 8 November 2022, episode 90. Durga is unable to use the mixer grinder machine properly, which leads to her team's mango milkshake being ruined. Later, Lakshmi gets injured while practicing, which leads to Guddan replacing her for the competition. Episode 91. Durga commands Saraswati to play songs that Durga has practiced for her performance. Guddan deliberately loses the competition. Wednesday night, November 2022, episode 92. Lakshmi goes out to party with her friends after taking Guddan's permission. Later, a video of Lakshmi dancing at the party is leaked on the internet. Afterwards, Guddan tells Lakshmi that he wants a divorce from her. Episode 93, Pav informs Saraswati that he had hired the man who mopped Lakshmi's face. Later, Guddan starts vomiting at regular intervals, which leads the family members into believing that she may be pregnant. Thursday, 10th November 2022, episode 94. Daddy tells the family members that she is not able to find Guddan at home. AJ tells Guddan to prove to Shanti that she is a better mother-in-law than her. Episode 95. Lakshmi and Daddy plan to send AJ and Guddan on their first romantic date. Later, Guddan and AJ have an argument during their date about the gift that they bought for each other. Friday, 11th November 2022, episode 96. Daddy orders Durga to apologize to Guddan. Later, Durga is tied up in a room and her surroundings are lit up on fire by a mysterious woman. She accuses Guddan of lighting up the fire. Episode 97, Guddan and AJ offer to leave Jinda's house. AJ resolves to prove Guddan's innocence. Saturday, 12th November 2022, episode 98. Guddan orders Durga and Saraswati to fulfill the responsibility of the entire household for a month. Guddan blames Durga and Saraswati for not doing the household work properly. She also demonstrates her superiority over them. Episode 99. Guddan appreciates Durga and Saraswati for successfully completing the task assigned to them. A tailor's confession helps AJ in his attempt to prove Guddan innocent. Shanti gets shocked with the news that her husband has met with an accident. Sunday, 13th November 2022, episode 100. Guddan and AJ decide to find the veil that the culprit was wearing during the crime. Revati confesses to the Jinda family that she loves Angad. AJ slaps Pav for insulting Revati. Episode 101. AJ and Guddan are successfully in finding out the culprit who tried to kill Durga. Pav threatens Siddhi that if she discloses his crime, then he will kill her brother Kunal. Monday, 14th November 2022, episode 102. Pav promises Saraswati that he will take revenge on the Jindals. The police are unable to find Pav. Durga accuses Saraswati that she and Pav together attempted to kill her. Later, the family members are shocked to see Pav coming to the Jindal house. Episode 103. Pav shows Guddan a video in which AJ is tied up near a box of snakes. Revati threatens to set Pav on fire if he doesn't stop their marriage. Guddan is able to save Daddy and Lakshmi in the nick of time. Tuesday, 15th November 2022, episode 104. Pav shoots Angad in the arm with a gun for interfering in his and Revati's marriage. Durga tells Lakshmi that she would donate food to the beggars outside the hospital. Lakshmi apologizes to Durga for misunderstanding her. Episode 105. Durga expresses gratitude to Guddan for rescuing the Jindals from Pav. Siddhi tells Guddan that she feels guilty about Pav ill-treating AJ. She offers to leave the Jindal house, but Guddan convinces her to not leave. Wednesday, 16th November 2022, episode 106. Durga decides to create a rift in AJ and Guddan's relationship. Guddan gets angry on AJ for lying to her. Episode 107. Guddan's school friends mock Guddan for having married an older man. Guddan challenges her friends to a dance competition. Guddan and AJ win the competition. Thursday, 17th November 2022, episode 108. AJ professes his love to Guddan in a letter. Durga pours blue ink on Guddan's sari just before the ceremony. AJ informs Daddy that he has decided to call off the engagement. Episode 109. Saraswati mocks Durga for the failure of her plans against Guddan. The Jindal family is shocked to see Antara at the engagement ceremony. A doctor informs the Jindals that Antara had slipped into a coma after the accident. Saraswati and Durga believe that Antara will create a rift in AJ and Guddan's relationship. Friday, 18th November 2022, episode 110. Guddan lies to Antara that Angad and Revati's engagement was being held previous day. AJ promises Bhushan that he will never leave Guddan. Antara commands Guddan to stay away from AJ. Episode 111. Antara wants Durga to not interfere in her and AJ's relationship. Guddan refuses to help Antara in decorating her room. Durga mocks Guddan for interfering in AJ and Antara's relationship. Guddan empties a glass of milk on Durga. Saturday, 19th November 2022, episode 112. Daddy informs Antara that AJ and Guddan lied to her to save her life. AJ and Guddan are happy when Antara accepts their relationship. Pav asks Guddan to shoot AJ in exchange for her father's life. On not seeing any other way to save her father, a dejected Guddan shoots AJ. Episode 113. Later, a sinister plan is put into motion against AJ and Guddan. Daddy gets angry on AJ for breaking Guddan's trust. Daddy decides to punish AJ for his mistake. Sunday, 20th November 2022, episode 114. Guddan promises Antara that she will stop her and AJ's wedding. AJ decides to marry Antara. Episode 115. AJ throws Guddan out of Jindal house. Guddan confronts Antara's doctor and asks him to reveal the truth to AJ. During the puja, Daddy's sari catches fire. Later, Guddan finds an unexpected ally in her fight against Antara. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.